Yeah, come on, kid, open up. It's Santa Claus. And it's Elf.
10 a.m. Santa's coming to town.
Welcome back, guys. This is a second episode of our Christmas special. This is a
retro Christmas movies and TV specials.
That's right. We're going to take a quick look at some of the fun movies from back in the day that we remember, or even some of the fun TV specials, whether they were cartoon skits or maybe TV shows that were on then that they did. You know, every TV series did a Christmas special. So let's get into it. We're just going to go over a few of the things that we enjoy or we remember. There's a lot of them out there, so we're not going to go through all of them, but just some of the ones we remember. Let's have some fun. It's Christmas, a retro Christmas.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
Through without a boarding pass.
Not even to let the boy say goodbye to the love of his life.
No.
We're going to go into some of the fun TV specials. We actually watched one just the night before actually putting out this video. We were watching a Garfield Christmas, which came out in, I think, 1987. Garfield and Odie and John go to John's family's house. Anyways, if you've ever seen it, it's a fun one. We actually rewatched it last night. I haven't seen it in a while, and it's still just as good as I remember. I actually remember a lot of the lines. It's a fun episode of Garfield Christmas Special. Was one that I watched every year, and they showed it every year during Christmas, so it was always a must-watch for me. Some other fun ones were Rudolph, which came out, I think, in the 70s.
Not sure what year.
The claymation style one, yeah, which they still come out to this day.
Frosty the Snowman.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, Frosty Returns. There were some other ones. I think 1987 was 'Tis the Season to be Smurfy, in which Wild Smurf, I think he was the one that had the leaves around him. He was really wild, I think. I don't remember too much about it, but basically Smurfette in that Christmas special, she introduces him to Christmas. I think I seen it once as a kid, but I don't remember much of it. I actually had to look into it. Some other ones, remember, was Fraggle Rock did one. The Bells of Fraggle Rock, basically they're celebrating the Festival of Bells, I think it was. I don't recall seeing that. I did watch Fraggle Rock. Didn't watch it a lot, but I did watch Fraggle Rock a little. It was a Jim Henson Muppets side gig, you know, similar to the Muppets, but I don't think it lasted too long, but a lot of people do remember Fraggle Rock. The Care Bears had a Christmas special, the Nutcracker Suite or something. I never seen it or something. It came out in '88. That was one I don't know much about. I actually seen it in a clip, so I looked it up. But one I do remember, and I actually sing the song every once in a while. I looked up some of the videos. Was the 1987 California Raisins. If you've never seen the California Raisins Claymation Christmas, I think you can find it on YouTube. It's really fun. They do some really classic songs that they're singing. Yes. And I've caught myself many times singing it. I've looked it up and resung the songs, and they're really fun. So if you've never seen a Claymation Christmas, check it out. 1987. The Claymation there, of course, for a lot of people might be like, oh, that's pretty old, but at that time that was really state of the art stuff. And to me, I still think Claymation is really fun. The Alf Christmas special, which I do recall watching because I have been watching Alf more, where Alf ends up in a children's hospital and he ends up pretending to be a stuffed toy for a kid that's in one of the rooms. And it's a really fun episode of Alf. If you've never seen it, that's one also to go look up and see. Cabbage Patch Kids did a Christmas special. I don't know if Heidi's ever seen it.
No.
I wasn't into Cabbage Patch Kids, but it came out in 1984, so we probably weren't at that age really to even be watching them. I think I was maybe 4, 5 maybe at the time. Pac-Man did one in 1982, in which I've never seen this. I actually had to look it up. Pac-Man is trying to help Santa Claus by not getting eaten or something by the ghost, like in the game. He's basically saving Santa Claus from the ghost. I've never watched it, but it just sounds weird, so I might go back and watch it. It just sounds like a weird, fun episode, because Pac-Man is classic and fun. Other ones, Pee-wee Playhouse. If you've ever watched Pee-wee's Christmas special, I've never seen that either. Like if you ever watched the show, the typical characters that he had in the house, and then he would have celebrities at the time that would kind of come in, and he would do spoofs with them, what have you. I didn't never seen that, so I don't remember that one either. But
I don't remember any of these that you're telling about. But
I only seen a handful of them of all those. But some of the most notable ones I did see was the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas, and of course, who can't forget the Alvin and the Chipmunks.
That's what
Classic.
I was thinking.
Yeah, even in the most recent movies they sing some of the songs that you would have seen in the old Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas special. Are there any other Christmas specials y'all can think of that came out?
There's two for the SpongeBob series that it's still going on to this day. One of them was the old one where it's Squidward doesn't believe in Santa until he gets a wooden made clarinet, and then Santa's in the background. And then the other one is a claymation.
Simpsons did one
Simpsons done
way
many.
back when they first started.
They're still going on to this day.
I think it's when they get their dog.
Yeah.
That's an old one, probably one of the first Christmas ones when Simpsons was really new. So that was an old one. When I'm thinking of TV specials, are there any other specials you can think of that? There were even like TV shows that did a lot of TV specials.
There's
the Goldbergs did one. If you've ever watched the Goldbergs, that's a classic sitcom that goes back to the 80s. Goldbergs is a fun show that really helps you relive the 80s again.
And just a reminder, these two lived in the old generation. I'm the new generation. I was born 2007, so I don't know any of the old stuff. But also, too, there's the Scooby-Doo ones. They made lots of Christmas and other ones like that.
There were other ones. I think shows like Funhouse, Family Matters, I think they did Christmas specials.
I think most of the TV shows had Christmas specials.
A lot of Christmas specials back in the day. There was quite a few. I mean, I can't think of all of them because I think almost every show in that time frame of the 80s or even the 90s, they did Christmas specials.
Even Wonder Years, I think, had
I think the Wonder Years did one.
Wonder Years did a couple.
If there's any that you're not to talk about, let us know in the comments. If there's a Christmas special that you remember from a TV show or maybe a cartoon related show, that'd be remind us. We'd love to see that because it might bring back memories for all of us.
I don't remember.
Some other things, of course, with what we're doing in this episode. Classic retro movies from the past. I mean, there's so many movies we've been trying to watch them. Some of the ones that comes off the top of my head watching, Home Alone, the original one and the second one. Home Alone is always one that I try and go back and watch. What are some other Christmas ones?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the cartoon one.
Oh yeah, the cartoon.
That's my favorite one, and then the Jim Carrey one is also my favorite.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Deck the Halls, if you've ever seen that with Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick. That's a really good one where they're competing over lights and stuff like that. And
Jingle All the Way that has Arnold.
Yeah,
that was a funny one.
We recently watched. Which one?
Think back even further to It's a Wonderful Life.
That's
30
Christmas Story.
What was one like 30?
Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other ones. There's a lot more.
There's so many.
Not necessarily a Christmas one, but one that was played around this time of year, as at TV had always been The Sound of Music.
We're not counting Hallmark movies.
Even if you think of some of the movies that are kind of based in Christmas time, like Gremlins was filmed around Christmas time. Scrooge with Bill Murray was a very weird,
very interesting
kind
of
Christmas movie.
There is,
Hard,
that was the one I was going to say.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie, as well as Die Hard 2.
Which was surprising to hear about that. That was surprising for me, was to hear that Die Hard was a Christmas movie, because I thought it was like a mid, July.
It's made in Christmas time
made
in LA.
Christmas.
What other one?
White Christmas for the old school stuff.
Or, the old school black and white stuff. Yeah. Lethal Weapon 1.
Really?
With Mel Gibson, Danny Glover actually was a Christmas. It was based around Christmas. They weren't technically Christmas movies, a lot of these action movies, but they were shot in the time frame of Christmas. If you go back and watch, you'll see, of course, or if you even know what I'm talking about, they are shot in Christmas time.
There is The Star. The Star is basically a Christmas movie that's based around Christ as he's born, which it's like a 2017 children's movie. I watched it 4 times. It's really good. There's other ones trying to think.
We recently watched Elf.
You sit on a throne of lies.
So Elf was one that's Not retro, but it
Yes.
is a current movie that's really fun.
Santa Claus.
Oh, the
Oh
Santa
yeah,
Claus,
the Santa Claus series.
with Tim Allen. There's the Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3.
Which were really good. I just like the
Were
first
there
one.
any other ones? There's I think it was called Santa Claus.
Yeah, it's the Santa Claus.
An
There's
older
one-
Santa Claus movie, I think.
Things that you thought as a kid was like Star Wars Christmas.
Oh yeah, the Star
Wasn't
Wars
there-
holiday special.
Oh,
I actually did watch over on my phone, and wow, I mean, I forgot how. Well, I don't know the word, but how
I just
weird. I guess you could say weird. And even as a Star Wars fan, I really enjoy the Star Wars
We're
stuff.
both.
But
And
to
this
go
one.
back and watch the originals, it was so weird. I mean, even Luke's, I guess, makeup and stuff that they put on him for the show, it just looked. It didn't seem like a Star Wars show, even though it was. And it was really, it's really weird. It's really psychedelic, funky kind. If you've never seen the Star Wars holiday special, I think
There
they
was a
call it,
lot. Yeah, there was a couple.
if you get a chance, go back and watch. It's maybe an hour long, but it's an interesting watch. I mean, you'll be.
I'm trying to think of
You
others.
also see other fun ones were Lampoons.
Oh, there you go.
National.
Chevy Chase's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no good, rotten.
That is a funny movie. Even to this day, I'm surprised I have not watched that yet. It has to be on my list. But that is
Isn't
one.
there-
Oh, and we just watched 8-Bit Christmas,
Yes.
Isn't that a-
which is a new movie that came out, but it's of course, if you've seen it, it's based for
Yeah.
kids in the 80s when the Nintendo was coming out. And it's funny because you think of it,
Oh,
that is kind of how it was for a lot of kids in the 80s. I mean, a lot of kids in the 80s wanted the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah.
It was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. If you've never seen 8-Bit Christmas, you should give it a shot, especially if you were a
watch
kid
it.
in the 80s. It was a lot of fun. I really
There
enjoyed it.
is one that this man right here watches. I don't think you have watched it. There is a real Ghostbusters. So you remember the TV show, the real Ghostbusters? There is a Christmas one, because they've done Halloween, Easter, and stuff like that. But they did a Christmas one that features Santa Claus in it.
Mm-hmm.
I watched
remember
it. I watched it as a kid.
What about A Christmas Story?
Ah, fragile. It must be Italian.
Well, I think that says fragile, honey.
That was one of the favorite lines in that.
And wanting the specific BB gun, and the kid sticking his tongue to the
A lot of
flagpole.
fun scenes that people remember in that. And they did do a sequel, which I think the original kid came back. I've never seen it,
I haven't too.
but I don't know. The original is. I'll stick with the original. I'm fine with that.
The Peanuts did a Christmas one, and we
Oh.
just visit the Peanuts. We just
Yeah,
visit.
we recently just shot today, as you're seeing this video. We
just
talked
met
to
one
voice
of the
actor that
one
was.
of the fifth.
She was the fifth voice
one.
actor to play Lucy from the Peanuts
Yes.
gang. So stay tuned, as that was recently filmed today as we're filming this episode. So that will be coming soon, hopefully.
That one
Yes.
just stroked my head.
But
'cause I
yeah,
just
Charlie
realized
Brown
that.
Christmas. How did we forget a Charlie Brown Christmas? That's a classic.
That is a
It's a
classic.
classic. Probably one of the most classic
The
cartoon-based
heat miser.
TV specials.
The heat
Again,
miser.
if we missed anything,
Oh,
Well,
the Elf.
if we-
Elf.
No,
By,
we talked about Elf.
No, we didn't. I did not hear one of you two.
we talked about Elf with was it?
I don't think I heard one of
We
you guys
talked
say
about
Elf.
the movie Elf.
Yeah.
We just
Oh.
we watched it earlier yesterday.
Elf is
yesterday.
amazing for me.
Anyways,
But
Childhood.
A Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. If
You've
you've ever
got
seen
the-
Christmas Carol, and there's multiple Christmas Carol
Yes.
movies.
Many versions of A Christmas
There's
Carol.
the Jim Carrey's Walt Disney one that's animated. There's the one that Patrick Stewart did.
Yes.
There's the Muppets did one.
Oh, speaking of Muppets, they
there
done.
was, of course, the original black and white. I mean, I think almost every version is probably really good and worth watching.
They're all they all followed the story really close, but it's just fun to see the different actors and actresses and
Yeah. I think the
who's
only one
chosen
that's
to play.
the only one different from that, which I mentioned, was the Bill Murray Scrooge, which was totally
Which
Yes.
was really
totally
interesting.
different from the Christmas Carol, but you knew what it was
But it was really
what
interesting
it was
to
falling
watch.
under when it came to movies.
It was really interesting to watch, though. I still liked it.
Yeah,
It's really
so-
good.
Other than that, I think
I
that's
think
probably
we're
all
done.
we've got.
Oh, wait.
Merry Christmas from the Funhouse team, a retro Christmas,
Yes.
and we hope you enjoyed our 2-part specials.
Yes.
And we just hope again, right? Merry
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and we'll see you in a new year if you don't see new videos yet. But again, guys,
2022.
have a good one. Join the Funhouse, Retro Funhouse. Merry Christmas.
Hold it right there.
This is the concierge, sir.
I knew it was you. I could smell you getting off the elevator.